Hi, I'm Dane Chalfin, industry voice performance and creativity coach. A lot of the work that I do revolves around studios, and it's usually when a vocal is overdue and there's a lot of tension going on, the delivery hasn't been right, the singer's voice is in trouble, or things like that. So I just wanted to talk to you guys about getting better studio takes, so hopefully you don't have to call me in. A vocal booth can be a pretty sterile place. Being on stage feeds our need for human interaction and community, but it also creates a lot of different physical conditions for the singer. Things like increased heart rate, increased blood pressure, much higher postural activity, and things like that. Recreating that in a vocal booth is actually easier than you'd imagine. What I like to do is get singers to do 30-second sprints in place, followed by 20 seconds of recovery, or 10 or 20 push-ups, or 10 or 20 star jumps. Again, followed by a little bit of recovery time, but you're just going to get the postural support re-engaged, you're going to get the blood pressure and the heart rate up, and then stick them immediately back in the booth and try the take. Do it before and after, so you do one where they go in cold, and then you do it again after they've done a little bit of exercise to try and recreate those stage conditions and see what kind of results you get. I'm sure you'll find that that second take has a lot more energy, a lot more physical connection, and ultimately a lot more conviction. In the studio, you lose all of the visual cues that you get in live or filmed performance. So the voice is the thing that you have to rely on for all of the emotional information. And the way we process emotional information in real life is with changes in voice. Things like cracks, shakes, creaks, breathy sounds. Now, those have to be exaggerated in the vocal booth to make maximum impact to an audience. But you don't want to just add them arbitrarily. So what I suggest doing is identifying those moods or emotions, either a verse and a chorus at a time, or even line by line in some cases. Decide on what that underlying emotion is, identify those real world sounds, and then have the singer exaggerate them. The singer might feel initially a little bit self-conscious, but if you do take after take after take, and then you listen back to how much information you're getting through all of that non-sung noise, you might find that you're responding on a deeper emotional level. Anyway, keeping this dialogue about the underlying emotion and the connection that the singer wants to make with the audience needs to be at the forefront of the producer-singer relationship. It's very easy to get wrapped up in the effects and the processing, but ultimately the music is there to communicate something to the people who want to engage with it. Many artists I've done studio work with respond very well to changes in their environment. If you can get out of the vocal booth and capture the vocals in the live room, for example, you have much greater scope of changing the environment, whether it's things like rugs or draped fabric, candles, lighting that changes the color or the mood, incense, anything that's going to help take that singer back to the emotional place that they were when they originally wrote the song and make those deeper emotive and memory connections can't do anything but help. If you have the option to record in a bigger space where you can give it that treatment, have a dialogue with the singer, try and get to the bottom of what they were feeling when they wrote the music, and then see if you can recreate it with any means possible.